Some breaking news happening in baseball right now. The Los Angeles Angels are apparently putting a few of their guys on waivers, and another example of how not to do business by Angels owner Artie Moreno. This is insane. Before we get into the details of everything, it sounds like Artie Moreno is doing this to save a few $1,000,000. I think the number is $7 million. So let's take a look and see if you yourself could become the owner of the Los Angeles Angels, or how much it would cost at least. Okay, Clown Nose, you're looking at $8. If you want a few different clown outfits, you could $50 all in, and you could attend a game looking just like the owner of the Anaheim Angels. So as Jeff Passan is reporting, the Los Angeles Angels have put starters Lucas Giolito, relievers Matt Moore and Reynaldo López, outfielders Hunter Renfroe and Randal Grichuk on waivers, sources tell ESPN. This is huge for potential playoff implications. All of these players can be claimed by teams for free on Thursday. For the Angels, this will be a pure salary dump. Because there are no longer any August trades, all they will get from the transactions is salary relief. Teams that claim the players will need only pay their salaries for the rest of the season. Who gets the players will be determined by reverse order of record. The team with the worst record that puts in a claim on a player will receive him. And there are going to be plenty of claims put in from playoff caliber teams that need a starter, bullpen help, and bats. At this point, why don't you just put Shohei Ohtani on the waivers? Like, what are you doing? Now, I was looking into how this is possible, and here's what I got. So regarding the trade waivers and August 31st deadline, here's the definition. So before 2019, players could be traded following the trade deadline if they first cleared revocable trade waivers. Although trades could still be completed after August 31st as well, players acquired after that date were ineligible to be added to the postseason roster by their new teams. As a result, the last day in August was sometimes colloquially referred to as the waiver trade deadline. Under the old system, the player's original club had three options when a trade waiver claim was placed. It could either work out a standard trade with the claiming club, allow the player and all money remaining on his contract to go to the claiming club with no return, or to pull the player back off of waivers. A player who was pulled back off waivers could be placed on trade waivers a second time, but at that point, the waiver request became irrevocable. If a player passed through waivers unclaimed, he could then be traded to any club free of restriction. As of 2019, players may still be placed and claimed on outright waivers after the trade deadline, but trades aren't permitted after that date. With regards to the newly acquired players, the August 31st postseason roster deadline remains in effect. So the Angels decided to not trade Shohei Ohtani at the deadline and instead make a playoff push. They then traded for Lucas Giolito, Reynaldo López, gave up their second and I believe third or fourth overall prospects in their system at the time. They also got Randal Grichuk and CJ Cron from the Rockies. And now they're just putting their players up on waivers to just pay for their salaries. This is absolutely just comedy at this point. What the Angels are doing, what Artie Moreno is doing with the organization, just completely irresponsible in every way possible. With a month left of baseball to play in the regular season, the Angels are currently 11.5 games out of a wild card spot and 12 games back from the AL West. So it does make sense that they're out of contention at this point, but they've lost out on any potential gain from this season. And any potential gain from the best player on the planet in Shohei Ohtani. Now this makes me curious as to if any other teams are going to follow in their footsteps and put players on waivers. Who's going to pick up Lucas Giolito, Reynaldo López, Randal Grichuk, all these guys that really could be contributors on playoff teams. And I mean, myself being a Mariners fan, we definitely could use a guy like a Lucas Giolito, although he probably won't fall to us since it starts with the worst team to best team in order of how they can claim the guys. The Mariners did just sign Luke Weaver to help limit some of those innings for the younger guys like Brian Wu and Bryce Miller. But I guess keep your eyes peeled, see which teams are going to be picking up Giolito, López, Grichuk, and we'll see if any other teams decide to throw their guys on the waivers as well. But now for sure, I mean, we saw the sell t-shirts in Oakland, Anaheim. It's time to sell. For more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe and find me at The Couch GM across social media platforms. And we'll see you next time.